There's a moment when someone walks into a room and everyone feels something shift. Not because they're loud, not because they try too hard, because something about them says you matter without saying a word. And maybe you've met someone like that, or maybe you're just now beginning to realise that you've always been that person, but hadn't fully remembered how to remember until now. Because you can remember how to forget everything that ever held you back. As you begin to forget to remember all the things that ever made you doubt. And isn't it funny how charm, charisma, confidence, they're not learned, but uncovered? Because what's natural doesn't have to be added, it's released. You see, charming people, they don't try, they embody. They don't seek validation, they radiate certainty. And certainty is contagious. A man once walked into a cafe, said nothing, just looked up, smiled, and suddenly the room softened. Why? Because he wasn't trying to get attention. He was giving permission. Permission for others to feel relaxed, seen, safe. And people mirror what they feel, not what they're told. Just like a musician doesn't think about every note. They feel the rhythm. You feel the rhythm of rapport when you're aligned inside. Maybe you've felt that, though you listen so deeply that someone realises their story matters. How your curiosity makes people feel important. And how your light-hearted comment shifts the air like the sun after the storm. Charm isn't an act, it's an amplification of presence, of purpose, of energy. And presence is magnetic, because energy is never lost, only transferred. When you feel confident, others borrow your certainty. When you radiate optimism, others reflect it. And now you're starting to remember what you always knew. You are the pattern interrupt, the spark in the static, the smile that flips a bad day upside down. Some say people are just born charming. But let me ask you this. What if charm isn't genetic, but systematic? A belief system, an emotional operating system running beneath the surface. Where connection feels easy, empathy flows effortlessly, playfulness becomes power. Because you've already installed those programs into your unconscious, even if you didn't realise it yet. And if charm is just patterns, then you can predict the pattern until it becomes the pulse of who you are. You're now learning how. Every gesture, every question, every story can pull people into your world like gravity. And the more you act from belief, the more belief becomes identity, until being captivating, it isn't something you do, it's who you are. Imagine planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check its progress. You don't trust the process. You water it with intention. You shine attention like sunlight. You know it's becoming. And that's you right now, installing, integrating, becoming. Because the unconscious mind is always listening. It's always learning what it chooses to believe now. You can feel the change happen before you even notice it. The more you feel it, the more it becomes natural to act from it. You find yourself asking more engaging questions without effort, laughing easier, and meaning it more, making people feel safe, seen and significant, knowing you belong, not because you're accepted, but because you accepted yourself first. And maybe right now, a part of you is remembering that warmth isn't a strategy, it's a side effect of feeling whole. That playfulness isn't immaturity, it's mastery of presence. Authenticity, it isn't something you achieve. It's what's left when you drop the mask. You're not practicing to become charming. You're returning to the charm that was always there. Like a sculptor doesn't add clay. They remove what doesn't belong. When you remove fear, doubt, apology, what's left is magnetic, radiant, irresistibly you. What's it feel like to realise you don't need approval? Because your self-approval creates approval. You don't need confidence because Your certainty creates confidence. You don't chase connection because your presence creates connection. And the more you act from this frame, the more people respond to your energy, not your words. Because charm, it's not about impressing, it's about expressing the truth of who you are. And every time you speak now, you'll notice new patterns, new responses, new feedback. To confirm the shift is already installed. People will begin to say, there's something different about you, and you'll smile because you're feeling the new operating system that's already running. And this is how you combine all these beliefs, ideas, traits into a single identity, fully embodied, effortlessly expressed, as the version of you that others want to follow. And you love being, because now you're not just charming, you're transformational.